A very warm welcome for those of you watching at home. This is DDS Live, and I'm your host, Larry Madondo. As you may well know, the election is just near the corner. This comes with a lot of expectations of which make up for an interesting conversation. And today in studio, our guest is an aspirant of the well coveted seat of Women Representative, Mr. Hannah Kakitu. Karibu, Mr. Kakitu. Thank you so much, Larry. Mr. Kakitu, I guess I should start by asking you why women representative? That's a really good question, Larry. And I think I should start off by saying I was raised by a single mom, and therefore I understand the challenges that women go through more than anyone. Because let's face it, single mothers have it rough out there, and you know about this life. And therefore I had to find a job when I was young, about when I was like 6, 7, I think 8 years, I had to find a job just to help my mom with the daily bills. Mm, right. So when you talk about finding a job at 8 years old, who hired you? Where did you get this job? It's not like I was working in an office, no. It was more like entrepreneurship, I should say. When children were busy, playing with toys, I was busy selling them those toys. I just had this mind, I should say, business mind, since I was very young. Like you can see, this particular toy, I even brought it with me. This toy, it was among the first toys that I ever sold to. I think that time I was in class three. There, I sold this toy to an Indian boy. His dad was very rich. And I used the proceeds to buy books, which I used to put my siblings into school. You can have a look. Oh, that is quite interesting. Can I keep it? You're a joker. Give it back. Very well then. You can have it back. Moving on swiftly. Why should the citizens of Nairobi consider you for this position? That brings me to my second point, which is arguably my most valid point. I support over 40 women personally in sustaining their livelihoods. Some of them are single mothers. When you say you support over 40 women, what exactly do you mean? Do you have like an organization or what exactly do you mean? No, no, no. Unless by organization you mean venye nimewapanga. But no, basically I support them. I just support them. Some of them are my girlfriends. Some of them are my wives. I made a point to have one in each county, just so that when during campaign, unajua hii maneno wewe, si lazima I explain to you. And just for the record, Larry, none of them have ever complained about lacking fees, lacking food, lacking clothes. Everything is catered for. Then you must be a very rich man. Eh? Yeah, I am struggling with one wife, yet you have 47 of them. Hardly, Larry. I'm just a man who earns honest living. And na hii studio yenu, you can't afford decent cups. Kikombe. Anyway, continue. Sorry about that. We'll make sure you get a more decent cup next time. On to my next question is how much do you really have? I have as much as anyone. Would you care to elaborate on that, please? What I mean, Larry, is this. See, see, I'm breathing. See, ninapumua. Or am I not breathing? Yes, I believe you are. See, these are clothes on my back. See, today I had breakfast in the morning and I had lunch at lunchtime. Sasa. So let us not politicize everything about who is what and why is where. The most fundamental things are zile vitu Mungu ametupatia. The rest ni za dunia na tutaziacha hapa hapa. Okay, very well then. I guess the point which I'm driving at is how then do you manage to support these women that you purport to support? Well, basically, it's providing for those who cannot provide for themselves, and those who can provide, they provide for the others. Simply put, taking from Jude to give Jane, if I should say. What exactly do you mean when you say you're taking from Jude to give Jane? Lie. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. I mean, some things are self explanatory, really. If I tell you, for instance, that you are ugly, are you now going to ask me what I mean? Surely. Huh? That is quite an interesting conversation that we had here with Mr. Hana Kakitu. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break.